Good morning to all the viewers of KCGC TV. I am Dr. Mohit Saini, Assistant Professor from Khalsa College of Law, Ramtirth Road, Amritsar. Today I am going to discuss with you a very important law, that is law of contract. What are the essentials for creation of valid contract and who are competent for creation of valid contract. So first of all, Indian Contract Act 1872. This was enacted by the British government in the year September 1872. So it was enacted on 1st September 1872 by the British government. In simple language, the term contract means any agreement which are enforceable by the law. According to Section 2 Clause H of Indian Contract Act 1872, any agreement which is enforceable by law is considered as contract. So under the definition of contract, we can say that there are two main elements for creation of valid contract. First is agreement and second one is its enforceability at law. So agreement means any type of agreement which are created between two parties in which one person make an offer and other person accepted his offer. And second important component for creation of contract is its enforceability at law, because only those contracts are considered as valid contract which are enforceable by law. In our life, we have created so many agreements, but all such agreements are not considered as contract because some agreements are of social nature or domestic nature. For example, if two persons make an agreement with each other that they go for robbery and into a bank, and after the robbery they divided the share between them. Now in future, if any dispute arises between them at the time of distribution of the amount they have robbed, they have no right to file a suit in the court of law, because these type of agreements are not legal agreements. They are considered as void agreement, because law only provides that only we can file suit in those cases which are legally enforceable by the law. In the same way, social or domestic agreements, they are not considered as valid agreement in the eyes of law. We have no right to file a suit against such agreement in the court of law. Now we can say that there are main three modes for creation of valid contract in India. First one is an agreement or contract. This is the most common way for creation of contract between the parties. In this, one person make an offer and other person accepted his offer. There is a proper negotiation between the parties. So this is the most common mode for creation of valid contract in India. Second mode of creation of contract is standard form of contract. Now under standard form of contract, one party creates some legal terms and conditions on the basis of which second party either accepted these terms and conditions for creation of contract or rejected his proposal. Like railways, bank, insurance companies, they have pre-drafted terms and conditions for creation of contract between the another parties, because in such cases it is difficult for them to make negotiation with thousands of persons with whom they daily deals. So in such contract is as considered as valid like other contracts in India. And the third mode of creation of contract is promissory estoppel. Now under promissory estoppel, there may be no agreement and contract in the strict sense of a promise, but a person making a promise, he may become bound because of the doctrine of equitable doctrine of law of estoppel. Now the question is, what are the essentials for creation of valid contract? So in India, there are various essentials for creation of valid contract. Section 10 of Indian Contract Act specifies that the first major essential for creation of valid contract is offer and acceptance. So there must be offer by one party and this offer must be accepted, properly accepted by the other party. While providing acceptance for the offer, there must not be any condition imposed by another party who accepted his proposal. Second essential condition for creation of contract is intention to create legal relationship. So there must be legal intention. There must be intention of the parties to create legal relationship between each other. Because if they have no legal intention to create such type of legal relation, then the agreements are considered as domestic or social agreement. After that, the third essential condition is lawful consideration. So only those contracts are considered as valid contract where the consideration is lawful. Means we can say that first of all the definition of consideration, which is defined under section 2 clause D, which is considered as when at the desire of the promiser, the promisee or any other person has done or abstained from doing, do or abstains from doing, does or abstains from doing anything. Such act, abstinence or promise is called consideration for the promise. In simple word, it means something in return. There are various essentials for a valid consideration. First is, it must be given at the desire of the promiser. Second one is, consideration may be given by the promisee or any other person on behalf of the promisee. Consideration may be past, present or future consideration, and it must be lawful consideration. Although there are various exceptions of consideration where we need not to provide any consideration for creation of valid contract, in which we include any contract which is created due to natural love and affection, any agreement which is time barred agreement. In such cases no need of consideration is required. And third one is compensation for past voluntarily services. In such type of agreements there is no need of consideration and contract is considered as valid contract even without consideration. So after that, capacity of the parties. So for creation of valid contract, parties must be competent for creation of valid contract. It means only major person who has attained the age of 18 years and person who is of sound mind and person who is not disqualified by law, only they are capable for creation of valid contract. After that, free consent is also required for creation of valid contract. So consent means parties must have agreed upon the same thing in the same sense. According to section 13, two or more persons they are said to consent when they are upon the same thing in the same sense. This is called consensus ad idem. In simple language we can say that it is meeting of mind between the two parties. Our consent is considered as free consent when it is given without any caution, without any undue influence, without any mistake, without any misrepresentation or without any fraud. Because in case of caution, undue influence, misrepresentation or fraud, the nature of contract is voidable contract, and in case of contract created due to mistake, the contract is considered as void contract. So we are not capable for creation of a valid contract if our consent is not a free consent. After that, lawful object is another essential requirement for creation of valid contract. The object of an agreement considered as lawful according to the law of the country. Any object or any agreement or contract which is not considered as lawful according to the law of the country is not considered as valid contract in India. After that, certainty of meaning. According to section 29 of Indian Contract Act, the contract the meaning of which is not certain, means the meaning of which is not clear, is not considered as valid contract in India. It is considered as vague contract and it is not possible to implement such type of contracts in the strict sense. After that, possibility of performance. According to section 56 of Indian Contract Act, any agreement which is impossible to perform is not considered as valid agreement. So by such agreements we are not capable to create a valid contract according to section 56 of Indian Contract Act. And another essential element for creation of a valid contract is that our agreements are not declared to be void by law of the country. According to section 24 to section 30, it specifies that some type of agreements which are specifically declared as void agreement, like agreement in restraint of trade, agreement in restraint of legal proceeding, any type of wagering agreement. These type of agreements are specifically declared as void by the law of the country. After that, the legal formalities. So our agreements must fulfill all the other legal formalities which are enacted in India for creation of valid contract in India. So this is just a brief introduction about contract. So the next point for discussion is who are competent for creation of valid contract. So in India, person who are major, person who are of sound mind and person who are not disqualified by law, they are competent for creation of valid contract. So first of all, I am going to discuss about major. Person who has attained the age of majority, that is 18 years, he is considered as major in India for creation of a valid contract. In the case of Mori Bibi versus Dharmodas Ghosh, Apex Court also held that minor's agreement is considered as void agreement, and law of estoppel, doctrine of restitution, or doctrine of ratification, these are not applicable against the minor because any type of agreement created by the minor is considered as void agreement. And in the second category, person who are of sound mind, means sound mind persons are those persons who are capable to think about the goods or bad in a contract, means who have reasonable justification or who are capable to understand the nature of contract, only they are considered as person of sound mind. Third one is person qualified by law, means any person who is disqualified by law, he is not competent for creation of valid contract. For example, Nirav Modi or Vijay Mallya, they have declared disqualified by law for creation of valid contract. So these are the person who are competent for creation of valid contract in India. Thank you.